So, FIFA.
The game we love to never play but always talk about.
I mean, look, we're hardcore players. We know all about, the esports scene. We know all about FIFA, everybody.
That's right.
Okay, but today there has been some stuff that's gone down
in the FIFA community.
In the FIFA community, which is a bit odd, to say the least. I don't think I've ever seen EA go on such an attack.
Never.
In terms of taking people's channels down, Twitches, YouTubes.
They've gone. This is a full nuclear assault on someone. Nuclear.
This is like
nuclear.
Not Cliffy B. Borderlands guy. What's his name?
This is Submato.
Yeah, Submato. Randy Pitchford style.
So it turns out this guy has been banned. His name is Kurt. He is one of the biggest FIFA personalities, streamers, pros, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
He has been banned from FIFA. In fact, just actually banned from all of EA across everything EA makes.
He
can't even play Anthem. It's a fate worse than death.
No.
So guys, look, we know that the latest weapon of choice for certain publishers has been the takedown, okay? The YouTube takedown, the Twitch takedown. If they don't like what you're saying, they just try and kill your channel. Everyone remembers Submato. That happened a few months ago.
For those that don't know, I've been permanently banned this time from competing at all the
seriously?
events.
You just said that?
I know a few people
I'm gonna copy
might be
strike this guy.
shocked.
When he was just showing some things he found on Twitch and revealed some content, and he got completely banned.
That's not quite true, because he was also charging people for access then.
That's true.
So
He
that
was
was
doing
the
that.
that was the technicality that Take-Two used to bring him down. However, I don't feel that was fair, in the sense that, sure, he shouldn't have been doing that, but that's not like a, hey, we'll delete your entire channel kind of an offense. That was like a slap on the wrist, don't do that again, and keep moving. They really went they went way too far on that guy, and that was
100%.
unfair, right?
EA Games.
I'm gonna copy strike this guy.
So the latest story here involves a FIFA player by the name of Kurt. I'm not familiar with him personally. I know he has been in the news and the headlines in the past, but this is the first time I've really seen him.
That's right.
And what's happened is that EA has decided to ban him from not only FIFA events, which he was already banned from, we'll come to that later, but they've also banned him from any EA game whatsoever. He cannot play any EA game on their entire platform, and they have also banned closed his FIFA Ultimate Team account. In a statement, here's what they said. This was posted to their main Twitter account, by the way. That's a really big deal.
to see them actually do this.
Very big deal. So anyway, they said, in November 2019, after a series of code of conduct violations as part of the EA Sports FIFA Global Series, in which he threatened employees and other players, Kurt0411 was banned from competing or attending any EA Sports FIFA 20 Global Series events or future competitions. Since that time, Kurt has continued to post abusive and threatening messages and videos about EA employees and competitive players on social media, and he has encouraged others to do the same. His messages have crossed a line of decency into very personal attacks and breach our terms of service. We will not tolerate threatening behavior. As a result, today, Kurt's EA accounts will be banned from playing our games and accessing our services due to these serious and repeated violations. It then goes on to talk about how
we love our game,
we love our community,
feedback,
blah,
blah, that kind of crap. But look, I mean, firstly, there's a lot of accusations there, right?
There's a lot of accusations.
And this is the thing. I'm yet to see. We're looking quite a lot. A lot, right?
A lot.
We are yet to see any evidence that suggests that he is actually threatening EA staff.
I can't find one.
Maybe there is. Maybe someone will link something in the comment section, and that can actually shed some further light on this. But it's extremely hard to find at the moment.
Yeah.
And it really makes me go, well, if you're going to make those claims, if you're going to be taking someone's channel down completely, please demonstrate with evidence, because it's obviously going to be a big deal for EA, and you're going to get a lot of potential negative coverage for just wiping someone's channel out with no evidence.
Yeah, in fact, this is actually Kurt responded to this tweet with, "Could you give me examples of when I have threatened your incompetent employees?" So that's got 15.7 likes. Yeah, I mean, look, EA, I can understand why EA might not want to provide evidence of this, because if it is actual evidence of specific people being threatened, it would name them, and then that process of naming them would then open them up to further abuse and whatever else. I get that.
Yep.
But I do feel as though they need to show something. They can't just throw the accusation of, oh, he's threatening people, and offer nothing to back that up. because it's a really serious accusation.
And it's also a really serious precedent, I think, that YouTube needs to go, well, if you want someone's channel to be completely, destroyed, you need to show us what's going on here.
Yeah, so this is where it goes further, because he later pointed out that his channel was issued a copyright strike for one video. This video was called They Beat Me FIFA 20 FUT Champions Highlights Part 2. He posted that 3 of his videos have received a privacy complaint from an individual regarding the content. He has also posted on Twitch where, numerous videos have been removed alleging copyright infringement.
And they're all on the same day too, so he might have just gone on some gigantic tirade naming and shaming certain EA staff, and of course they just wanted to kind of delete that. And the previous one, when it shows the 3 different YouTube channels, that might have just been uploads of that particular tirade. We don't know if it's a single instant that they've gone, okay, this is enough, or there's multiple things that he's been saying.
We had a really good look for information related to this. It's not easy to find, by the way. Things that are really clearly over the line, it's hard to find those. There are some things that are definitely like, hey man, that's a lot, So for example, there's one scene here where he actually gets an EA scarf and he spits on it to show his disgust with the game and with the EA. So that's a lot. We're a channel that constantly roasts EA endlessly,
but I don't think,
even we're like, that's a lot.
But
okay,
I don't think that's bannable.
But I don't think that's bannable either. I think it's in very bad taste. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's bannable, right?
Sure.
Number 2, we found a few videos where he's calling out other content creators for their involvement in the EA Game Changers program, saying that these people are all shills for EA and whatever else, and you can't trust them or what have you. I think that's fine criticism, in the sense that, if you sign up to a company and you want to, be a supporter of them, then you have to be willing to accept the idea that people will question your motives associated with that. So, and we didn't seem, in those videos that we saw, it didn't seem like he was really going all in on that and really saying awful, terrible, threatening things to those content creators.
Yes.
He was just being like, hey, these guys suck. I mean, that's pretty standard smack talk on YouTube. Content creators calling out the content creators.
That's what I was going to say. We've seen for a while now a long precedent of people getting called out, exposed videos, or just videos in general that are just talking about what you're not happy with in a game or with a community manager or whatever. So this isn't new. So we're yet to see anything that really shows us why this is a new precedent that needs to be set.
The other thing we found was a now deleted video. It was called Looking at the People Behind the Biggest Scam in Gaming History, Community Managers number 1. And in that video, he does go on to specifically discuss community managers, sort of calling them out. He definitely wasn't threatening those people in that video from what we've seen. And again, I've seen videos where community managers get called out. I mean, I've seen a lot of those, in fact. I used to be a member of the Division community, very hostile towards its community managers. A lot of communities have people that are hostile.
Destiny was that, sure.
Less so with Destiny, I feel. But look, at the end of the day, he did make a video calling out community managers by name, or at least by their Twitter handles, and that was the closest thing we could find to targeted harassment, okay? Now, again, I don't think that warrants a ban. I just don't see how that warrants, hey man, we're going to ban you from all of our services permanently. They've already banned him from tournaments. They've banned his account, so he's not allowed to play any EA games. And there's also this thing where they're looking to target his channels. And again, I can't say definitively whether or not that's right, because I can't see the videos that have been taken down. Maybe they are terrible and he does threaten people, but there's no evidence of that. No one has linked me the clip of the threats. And I'm pretty sure they would exist somewhere if they did exist.
Look, the thing is, EA has, they're not the most liked company, let's face it. They went in this probably knowing that they were going to get a hell of a lot of slack for this. So I just hope that they are able to produce any evidence for this. And if they're not able to do that, then I really feel like YouTube should step in here and make sure this guy's channel is not destroyed.
His channel's still up. So
we're seeing copyright strikes, we're seeing privacy strikes. I don't know what the privacy strike is compared to a copyright strike. We're seeing his Twitch channel looks like it's going to be completely destroyed based on so many clips that have been flagged for whatever, right? So this is a situation where he is under fire, and I don't think that EA or any company should be able to just sail in, destroy people's channels and then not have to provide evidence not only to YouTube but also on a public scale so people understand
Yeah.
why this is happening.
I understand that. I agree with that.
You know?
I mean, and I guess I look at this guy and I don't like this guy personally. Like, he's not my style. Do you know what I mean? Like the way he talks, it's not my.
He's very loud, he's very angry.
He's very angry. That's not the kind of way that I would approach it. Do you know what I mean? As someone that is very hostile to EA. I mean, you guys know how we talk about it. Like, that's not
There's
our
a classy
style.
anger that we bring.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Nice.
Classy
But like,
anger.
you know, that aside, he's got his right to exist. He's got his right to say that he wants what he wants to say, right? And just because I don't like it doesn't mean I think he should be banned. You know what I mean? And I feel like I don't see the case here for the ban. And I don't know, man. Like I said, if anyone is able to present the evidence that is clearly like, oh yeah, this guy absolutely crossed the line and he deserves to be deleted from all EA platforms and he deserves to be deleted from, you know, YouTube and Twitch, then I'll hear that proof. I'm
Sure.
open to it. I'm open to that evidence, you know? But right now, I feel like this guy should be allowed to continue to exist. You know what I mean? And I feel like this just seems a bit heavy-handed.
I agree.
And it seems like that, you know, it just doesn't smell quite right.
Well said, Ralph. No, I definitely
Thanks,
think
Sam.
that this is going to be a very interesting moment to see how this actually eventuates. I do not think that we've already seen this with Borderlands, how they've tried to destroy someone's channel. They were
Yeah.
successful in doing that. Now, if EA is also successful in doing that, I think it's going to really set a very dangerous precedent. I really think that YouTube needs to step in or whatever. Just make sure that this is a really hard thing for any company to actually successfully do.
sure.
You know, we need to get that to a stage where it becomes quite difficult to just destroy someone's business, you know. So I hope this isn't the start of a trend, but we'll have to see, really. But that is it today, because we don't know the actual answers to these, but it's important that everyone understands that we shouldn't just jump on the train of hate for this dude or EA. It's kind of a middle ground of like, we don't know the evidence yet, give us the damn evidence.
Can't handle the evidence, Sam.
You can't handle the evidence.
Bricks of Vine, bricks of Vine, bricks of Vine.